Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's get started with some for voice, and we will start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? I think it might. He doesn't even remember talking. If you want, I'll send the jury into the jury room. Okay, thank you. We'll stand in recess until tomorrow morning at 9:15. Parties and counsel ordered back. Do you know John Smith's parents? Yes. And Joe Smith and Edna Smith? Yes. Do you know John Smith's brother, Jose, the person whose car you were fixing? Yes. You still live right across the street from them? Yes, I've been living there. How many times have the three of you talked about this case that Mr. Smith's on trial for? Object. Vague. Sustained. Maybe you can rephrase it. My math is bad. It's early. Four of you. How many times have the four of you talked about this case? Same objection. Vague. Sustained. Have you and Joe Smith ever discussed this case or your testimony? No. Have you and Edna Smith discussed your testimony or this case? I haven't spoken with anybody. Have you and Jose discussed anything about this case or your testimony? No. So even though you live across the street from the Smith household, and even though you know that John Smith is on trial for murder, you have not discussed anything about this case, even though you are going to be a witness in this case. Is that what you are telling us? Argumentative, Your Honor. Overruled. Well, no, because I don't like to get involved in any kind of problems. Mr. Allen, you remember testifying at an earlier hearing about this exact same day, this exact same circumstance, correct? Yes. That testimony was on January, I believe it was January 31st of this year. Yes. You were asked some questions about where you were and what you were doing on the morning of the murder that took place on 115th and Wilmington? Yes. Do you remember Mr. Smith's representative asking you some questions? She was a tall African American woman. Yes. Before you testified, you were called to the stand and you stood right where you stood today. You raised your right hand. You swore to tell the truth, correct? Yes. The same oath that you gave today, correct? Yes. All right, let's work on our transcript for a few minutes, and we'll start with the defense. Ready? Is your recollection of what was contained in the police report based upon your review of it right after the accident? Could you repeat that? Sure. It's my understanding you haven't reviewed the police report since shortly after the accident. Is that correct? It had been a while after the accident before I saw the police report. How long? I don't remember, but I don't think I saw that for a week or two after the accident. Have you ever seen the police report since a week or two after the accident? I may have reviewed it, but I don't remember. I think I reviewed it probably a couple times, but that would have been like maybe a couple months after or something like that. After the accident? Yeah. Would it be a fair statement you haven't seen the police report since a month or two after the accident? I don't remember. All right. What portion of your vehicle collided with Mrs. Pretzel's car? Mrs. Pretzel's car hit me broadside about, I'd say, the center point of the impact was about between the front door and the back door, right about the post between the doors. Which side of your vehicle? On the passenger side. That will conclude our Q&A practice.